Heavyweight Championship, sanctioned by the Missouri Office of Athletics. Administrator at ringside, Tim Lukenhoff. Physicians in attendance, Dr. Michael Popa and Dr. Don Shumley. The timekeeper is Gordon Neal. Counting to the knockdown seconds, Ken Terrence. This bout is also sanctioned by the Intercontinental Boxing Council, President Joseph Blackie Gennaro, Vice President Dean Shantz, and ringside supervisor Debbie Jones. The scoring will be done on a 10-point plus system, and the 3 judges assigned are Gary Merritt, Larry Dickey, and Tim Figley. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Ron Lipton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Kansas City, Missouri's Convention Center, there's only one thing left to say. Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white, trimmed with gold and red, and weighing in at 243 3/4 pounds. He comes into the ring from Coral Springs, Florida, with a professional record of 28 victories with 20 KOs to his credit against 4 defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest left hookers in the business today, he is Donovan the blue corner, wearing the black, trimmed with red and white, weighing in at 227 pounds. From Jay, Oklahoma, he brings his professional record of 44 victories with only 2 defeats and 1 draw. 38 of his 44 victories are by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Ruddock.
Intercontinental Boxing Council. I remind you now, to avoid any controversy, you score a knockdown, watch the follow-up punches, do not hit a man on the deck. If either fighter's in trouble and you do not want me to stop this bout, you must show me clearly that you can and want to continue. On these trunks, below the red mark there, I'm calling low. Below the gold, I'm calling low. No matter what happens, obey my commands. Good luck to you both.
There is Tommy Morrison in yet another watershed or potential watershed in his career. And across the way, Razor Ruddock, the man who gave Mike Tyson 2 difficult bouts, had a shot against Lennox Lewis that turned into disaster for him. People watch even these early rounds quite closely.
Yeah, there should be explosiveness. Sometimes you see fighters with the same power styles become very cautious so they don't open up, but Tommy Morrison, with the exception of the George Foreman fight, has always gotten in there and done major early work.
And remember, the last time Ruddock was in any kind of a major fight several years ago was against Lennox Lewis. Lewis caught him early and whacked him out early. Nice jab by Morrison.
And remember, so many intriguing matchups, Al, because, you know, the old adage, don't left hook with a left hooker, but that's the money punch for both guys.
Both guys have to do it, you're right. I was going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Ruddock. Oh, there goes Morrison! He leaned in and got whacked with an uppercut. Will Morrison box? Is there room to box? No, he's going to go after Razor Ruddock. He's moving now, but they wanted the 16-foot ring, Morrison. Now it may not serve him well if he has to box.
He sure could use a 20-footer right here. He has to get the jab going, and Ruddock will try to put him away here, loading up with everything. Hey, Morrison may have to pound his way out of this, ironically enough.
Ruddock doing a very nice job of blocking that left hook. What Morrison may have learned is that on the inside, Ruddock is much more dangerous, and that uppercut, that was the punch that stunned Mike Tyson on a couple of occasions.
Tremendous shot. You know, you look for the left hook, you worry about the left hook, and something else comes up. And we talked in the open about Ruddock not using his right hand enough. There he did.
Ruddock has not thrown many punches since he knocked Morrison down. In fact, he's thrown very little. There's Morrison with the uppercut. Now, Morrison has gotten off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl the Truth Williams. He's done it.
Ruddock faked the left hook and almost landed the right hand bomb, and Morrison answers with his uppercut.
So Tommy Morrison down early here in round one, but now fighting his way back and landing his share of shots. It is scheduled for 12, almost no one since it will go that long. And you saw evidence why here in round one.
Having a 16-foot ring with somebody bearing down on you is like being 40 foot away from the pitcher's mound, and the guy's got a tremendous fastball. Ruddock just missed with that one.
Morrison tried the jab, and Ruddock countered with the hook.
Well, based on the early results to this point, Ruddock did not parlay his knockdown.
So in round one, Tommy Morrison hits the canvas, but got up. Let's listen in. Tommy Brigette.
Okay. Got looking too much for the left right hand there. Okay, cool. Just punch off front. You know where it's coming from now. Thing is that we're letting him dictate everything. What you have to do is he's moving nice and slow. What we have to do is we got to start our offense on him. Okay? You got to establish your jab. You got to establish your jab. You're moving back.
Well, Ruddock throws his own fireworks short in his body, steps back. What a terrific uppercut that was. He got himself room, made the room, and landed a nice shot. Ruddock creates his opening here. Stepping back first to create there, and then Morrison is on the clinch. And there, before referee Ron Lipton will get in, Ruddock creates room. Nicely done.
And as we head into round two, never in a million years did Tommy Morrison's people think he would go down from any kind of right hand.
No, and Ruddock hadn't shown that in other fights, and it wasn't in a situation that Morrison had left himself open. They were tying each other up, but Ruddock was extremely quick, to his credit.
Tommy Morrison comes out smoking here in round two, but did not land any of those punches.
Ruddock looks like he's trying to set up the one bomb.
Now, the old Ruddock, before he lost to Lennox Lewis, remember, went a long way with Mike Tyson. I mean, he took some bombs from Mike Tyson. The first fight was stopped, many think inappropriately so, and then he went the distance in the second fight. This crowd lends some vocal support to their hero, Tommy Morrison. Ruddock lunges and misses with the hook, and Morrison didn't make him pay.
Morrison was busy backing off and was happy that the punch didn't get in by Ruddock. That's what intimidation and early knockdown can do for you.
They want Morrison to use his jab. He has not been able to get that punch on track.
And Ruddock so far has done a good job blocking the Morrison hook. He's really been able to tell when Morrison is about to launch into it.
The hook blocked by Morrison. Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combinations by Morrison, which he is capable of at his best. Dave, it's interesting. People think Morrison's not a school fighter. He is when he uses all his tools.
And sometimes the adrenaline of the crowd and his own intention to win the fight early can get him away from those styles. He boxed a masterpiece against George Foreman.
And even when he's being aggressive, he can throw combinations as he did just then. Is Ruddock using the jab sparingly? Razor Ruddock is not a guy that throws a lot of punches. There's the uppercut landing, but this time Morrison absorbs the punch.
But he still paid for it.
Oh, he hurt Ruddock with a right uppercut. Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison down. Lifted, give him a standing 8 count. That's bizarre.
Because of the gloves on the top of the rope being used as a support.
I guess. It just seemed like Morrison had a big advantage there that they took away from him. Tommy Morrison hurts Ruddock, but that counts as a knockdown would. And the IBC has a standing 8 count in effect.
Ironically, the knockdown gets called after the major damage had been done because of the timing.
And eliminates the possibility of Morrison knocking him out. The only reason why I was critical there of Ron Lipton, who, by the way, is a very, very good referee. So in round 2, it's Morrison's turn to hurt Ruddock. The title of this show was Raw Power. Now you see why. Let's take a look at that knockdown.
Morrison starts with the uppercut. Tremendous shot. He set Ruddock up for it, then drives it back. Now watch Ruddock's glove. He holds on to the ring for support. It's a quick call. Quick call there, but when a fighter does hold on for support, a knockdown is called. Watch the gloves of Ruddock. Big shot first by Morrison. After Ruddock hits him, he comes out. He will use his leverage the way Ruddock did in round 1 to get things moving. Big uppercut after he'd been showing hook, driving Ruddock back. Ruddock hangs on. Right there, that's the knockdown.
Beautiful combination by Tommy Morrison. The hand speed. Oh, big hook by Ruddock, and he lands an uppercut. Now remember against Ray Mercer, Morrison threw those beautiful combinations, landed the same kind of shots. Mercer just wouldn't go down.
And Mercer has that Titanic chin.
We're into round 3. Tommy Morrison and Razor Ruddock. Morrison was down in round 1. Ruddock was down in round 2. Who will go down in round 3?
Why don't these guys use the stools between rounds? Morrison has stood up after both rounds. Razor Ruddock stood up after that one.
Razor Ruddock not only stood up, he took a little walk in his corner.
Maybe he wanted to clear his head.
Another right uppercut by Morrison gets in.
We're seeing excellent use by both fighters trying to set up their howitzer. Each knows they're taking the measure of the chin of the other one, and they're trying to set up bombs.
We talked about both men having very good left hands, but it's been the right uppercut by both men that has been the big weapon in this fight. They both came in with something to prove. Among those things was that they could withstand a big punch and come back. Ruddock against Lewis was hurt early and put out, and Morrison has been put out early, as in the Michael Bett fight, and has been knocked down by some journeyman fighters that he probably shouldn't have been knocked down by. Halfway through round 3, Morrison trying to use that jab.
The whole essence of this fight, no matter what time of the bout it is that one mistake could end it immediately.
And you feel like both men are aware of it, thus the economy of punches. Well, the heavyweight division is spicing up for a variety of reasons, and here we have 2 good heavyweights in there against each other, providing fireworks. And somewhere, probably watching, Ruddock Bowe and Jorge Gonzalez, who will get it on in a week or so in Las Vegas. They have the crown that Bowe has the crown that Tommy Morrison once held, the WBO variety.
Morrison using his jab more in this round. A safe shot. He can set up a punch behind there if he wants to, and if he doesn't, he can be satisfied with getting his punch home.
Is Ruddock looking again for the right uppercut?
Morrison went right to him, tried to tie him up, and didn't quite complete the job.
Now, normally this would be too early to say it. Even though we're only in the 3rd round, I now say, folks, who's going to get tired? Because both men are showing some signs of it here. Good left hook at the end of that round by Razor Ruddock.